Good day, everybody. This is Dr. Nelson Makemba. We once again welcome you on this platform and invite you to join us on Wonders of Wisdom series. We are looking at a very interesting subject matter. We'll be talking about building a vision. What is a vision? A vision is basically the faculty of or the state of being able to see. Or it can also easily be defined as an ability to plan and build a future with imagination and wisdom. Now, oftentimes, the word vision oftentimes sounds very big to people. People get intimidated by the word. And then when you tell them you gotta have a vision for yourself, they say like, oh, whoa, what do you mean I gotta have a vision for myself? You see, if you want to live a meaningful life in this life, you have to build some vision for yourself, because then that becomes a roadmap that helps you navigate through life. It eliminates wastage. You don't live aimlessly with no sense of direction. And it's very important that we teach, particularly young people, as early as high school already, to say you gotta have a vision for your own life. You should make time, sit down, reflect, and ask yourself at an early stage as to what you want to do with your life and what you want to accomplish out of life. And this should actually be realized as early as your 20s already. You don't want to find yourself turning 65 years old and then only you then start to do, an introspection as to who you really are and what you want to achieve, because oftentimes that would then mean you don't have as much time. Because, in your 20s, you're allowed to make as many mistakes. You're allowed to, regroup and try again. And then when you come in your 30s, you are a little bit more wiser. You have learned from your mistakes and you're able to do things different. Then when you graduate to the age of 40 and beyond, you will then just be, realizing everything that you've set out to do with yourself. So it's very important to build a vision for yourself as a young person. And you need to do research, you need to study, you need to ask yourself, what is it really that makes you tick? What is it that you're passionate about? What is it that you would wake up, do anytime, any hour, at any given stage, or anywhere you are found in the world? And that often becomes a key indicator to really what you should be doing with your life, I always discourage people from doing things simply because they see others doing it. Because if you are given to doing things simply because you see others doing it, when it does not seemingly appeal and it is no longer appetizing to you, you might be discouraged, But when you really are passionate about something, even when it doesn't seem to be yielding fruits initially, if the passion and the desire is burning inside of you, what it does to you, it helps you to keep going. It helps you to keep believing that one day it will, find, expression. And oftentimes that's what happened really. All visions that stand the test of time have to go through a time test where things seemingly don't seem to be working out, but then as you keep pushing, you eventually realize that it is not bad after all, and it's starting to shape up. And when it starts to shape up, that's when you begin to realize that, it also creates stability for you as a human being, particularly, to young men out there. We ought to set an example, a nation that is fatherless is a nation that has no direction. So it is building visions for ourselves that, create stability for us as men. And then when we go on to establish our family institution, we bring that stability into our families. And then we build stable communities and we build stable nations. And again, I'm talking particularly on the African continent. Vision take time to find expression, You don't always get the support that you might need initially, but that shouldn't deter you, that shouldn't discourage you from building a vision for yourself. Because once you have built a vision for yourself, you will be able to do much better than an individual that just wake up on a daily basis with no sense of direction, Because when you lack direction, anything that is, served to you, you will just consume it, This individual comes and pulls you in the south, you go south. When I come and pull you east, you go east. And, you could be going just in the merry-go-rounds, and this can take years and years and years. And by the time you snap out of it, you realize so much time has been wasted. So let us build visions for ourselves. Let us ask ourselves those difficult questions. And those are the questions that you should ask yourself at an individual, personal basis. You wouldn't have to wait for an outside external force to come and push you and try to, point you into a particular direction. As a young person, you should sit down with yourself and ask yourself these questions. To say, when my time is come and I pass, what do I want to be remembered for? And you don't have to chase numbers, you don't have to chase fame, nor do you have to chase recognition. You don't have to do it so that you can get an award from somewhere. Do it because you're passionate, do it because you know it's the right thing to do. And oftentimes, it's in fact when you do it without recognition that it becomes meaningful. And do it for those people that you feel strongly about and that you want to positively impact and to bring change in their lives. We need to rewrite the history of our African continent. This continent has so much potential. And for years we have been told lies that it's an impoverished continent. We have been told lies that it's a dark continent, which is actually the opposite. Come to think about, the entire universe would not be able to exist without Africa, given the amount of resources that in the natural resources that we have that has gone out to save all other part of the world. It's time we make these things work for ourselves. It starts with us building those visions that I'm talking about. And when we have a vision, we are able to create something out of nothing. And oftentimes people think, no, you need a lot of financial resources in order to establish a vision. Quite the contrary. What you in fact do is you start and you develop a vision first, and it is with the vision that you are able to attract the resources that will help you make the vision a reality. It's not the other way around. It's not that you need the financial resources first. First you need a roadmap. And when you have a roadmap, with that roadmap, it will now serve as a magnet that will attract everything that is needed to go in it. So it's really time that we young people stand up, and do what we have to do. And do it because it's the right thing to do. And once again, I just want you to be reminded, to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Nesha Network on YouTube. Till we meet again. Tata.